All right, so I am here for Sunday morning stretch. This was supposed to be an IG live, but IG's being super fun this morning, and I can't actually hop on live. So I'm recording this video. I wanted to hop on early because if you are in the San Francisco Bay Area, it is going to be hot today. And I like to do my stretches outside, so yeah, bumped it up a little bit earlier. Hopefully you are able to watch this later and use it for future reference. So, all right, what we are going to work on today, we are going to work on stretching out and opening up our hips. So if you have a mat or just some open space, something that's comfortable that you don't mind getting on the floor for, go ahead and find that spot for you right now. All right. And so what I'm going to have you do here, we are going to go ahead and come to a seated position. I want you to have your feet out in front of you. Hands are going to be slightly behind you. Heels are on the ground, making sure feet are about hip width apart here. So nice long spine, lift that chest, press that floor away from you. And to get started here, we are just going to shift our hips to one side, feeling that stretch through the outside of our hip. Take a nice big inhale back to center. Exhale as you stretch down the other way. Inhale back up. Exhale down. Good. Feel free to go at your own pace here. If you have to hold on one side a little bit longer than the other, that's absolutely fine. Good. I'm going to be here for a few more seconds. Perfect. All right, so now from here, I'm going to have you come into almost a kneeling position. So I'm going to start with my left knee in contact with the ground. That right leg, I'm going to take that out nice and straight here. I'm going to lean forward a little bit so that way I get that stretch through my hip flexor. And now with this right arm, I'm going to take a nice big inhale. I'm going to sweep that up and over. Exhale, come back center. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, back in. So I'm feeling this in my lats as I'm in this extended position here. As I come back down, I'm feeling that right through my inner thighs. Good. Trying to reach a little longer each time. See if you can open up that chest a little bit more. And as you go, try to make sure head is following your hands as you flow through this. Good. Use that eye gaze to try and get that arm a little bit longer. Reach a little bit further. Good. And that hand that's in contact with the ground, you're pressing away from the floor as you come up. Let's do same thing on the other side. So taking that right knee underneath, left leg's extended out. And from here, taking a nice big inhale, we're going to reach up. Exhale as we circle back around. Inhale, reach. Again, head's following. Hand. You may notice that one side feels a little bit tighter. This left side is definitely my tight side. Good. Let's do about 2 more right here. Good. All right. So now we're going to bring that other leg in. I'm going to have you take your knees out a little wider than hip width apart. You are going to bring your forearms down to the ground here. We're going to rock our hips back towards our heels and then come forward, rocking back and forth. Good. As you're in this position, turn those feet out so that way the insides of your feet, insides of your arch are in contact with the ground. Good. Now feel free to stay here. You can continue to rock, or if you find that one spot that feels a little bit more tender to you, go ahead and hold right there. All right. If you're holding in this position and you want to take it up a notch, here's what we are going to do. I'm going to have you lift that left foot up just a little bit, and then we're going to lift the right, lift the left. So as you're doing this, I want you to take a nice big inhale. I want you to press your knee into the floor as you externally rotate through that hip. Inhale, exhale, create tension and lift. Inhale, exhale, create tension and lift. Good. A few more here. Good. Last one. Perfect. All right. Now we are going to walk our hands back I'm gonna have you come with your feet a little wider than hip width apart. We're gonna try and sit into that deep squat. Everyone's deep squat's gonna be a little bit different, so you do you. It took me a while to get into this position, but you may be up here, that's totally fine. What I'm gonna have you do is take your knees, so wherever you're at, right to the inside of your elbows right to the inside of your knees. We're gonna give a little shift from side to side. As you rotate and shift your weight, feel free to let that heel come up. Good. This movement's not too strict. Just kind of get into that feeling, seeing where you might feel some restrictions. Good. All right, now from here, just kind of sit here a little bit deeper. Press those elbows into those knees a little bit more. Taking a nice deep breath. Good. Go ahead and take those hands down to the ground now. We're going to come up to standing. All right, starting with your feet together. Both hands are going to reach up. We're going to take the right leg back first. You're going to reach those arms up. You're going to lean over to that left side, reaching long through that right shoulder. Come back center. Same thing, other side. Going into that lunge. Good. So on this lunge, you don't have to drop down into that full lunge. A little semi-lunge. Making sure that as you step back, you're going to tuck those hips under. Good. You get a little rotation through your pelvis. One more on each side here. Good. Final one. Perfect. All right. Now from here, we're going to come down to the ground. Final stretch for this morning. Again, today is more hip focused. So from here, taking that right foot to the outside of your right hand. From here, we're going to rotate. Eyes come up towards the ceiling or the sky, depending on where you're at. Inhale back down. Bring that foot back. Step forward. Nice big inhale here. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades, opening up towards the ceiling. Good. Inhale back and forward. Release. Nice. Continuing here. Good. And relax. All right, so just giving you a little bit of stretches that you can do to start your morning. I will be doing these on Sundays. We'll be focusing on different areas of our body. And yeah, that's about it. Enjoy your Sunday, you guys. It's going to be a hot one if you're in the Bay Area. If you're going out, social distance, wear your mask. It's not over. COVID's not over. I know you may be over it, but it's still infected.